This video is all about how to prune your black currants and get them ready to give you amazing fruit in the summer. This is different from how you treat red currants and white currants and pink currants. There is a separate video for that. Link is above or in the video description. But for black currants, you are in exactly the right place. So there is a really simple 5-step process to prune these perfectly. Now, first of all, you prune these over the winter when they're dormant, before any leaves or buds have come out. If you prune them after that, it won't kill the bush, but it's already put lots of energy into those branches that you're cutting off. So the best time to prune these is in late winter before those buds have started to come out. Now, when you are pruning your blackcurrant branches, you want to prune right down near the base of the stem at an outward facing bud. So if you look at the stem, you'll see this little knobs, little bumps on the bark. Those are little dormant buds that will start to grow new stems for you. So you want to follow the stem down. You'll be able to feel with your finger that there's a little knobbly bud there just waiting to come out. You want to find one of those that is facing outwards, that is pointing in the right direction to give you that open goblet shape, and you want to cut just above it so that that bud is poised to grow a beautiful new branch for you in exactly the place that you want it. Now, if you have just bought a new black currant and it's only got 2 or 3 branches on it, be really brave and cut all of the branches down to just a couple of inches above the ground. Look for those outward facing buds and cut them right down. You will not get any fruit for a couple of years, but when you get fruit, it is going to be amazing and you're going to have a much stronger, healthier, more productive plant. Please trust me, I promise it will be worth it. If you have a mature bush like this, when you're pruning your blackcurrants, you're aiming for an open goblet shape. So that means all the branches growing like that with space in the middle. The reason for that space is that lets air and light get into the middle of the bush, so you'll have fewer problems with pests and diseases and fungus. Step 1, take a look at your bush, and if there are any dead or damaged or diseased branches, cut them out, remove them. Step 2, you want to look for any branches that are crossing over each other, that are going to rub together in the wind, and you can see we've got some of those here. Step 3, you want to get rid of any wood that's growing right in the middle of your bush, anything that's in the middle of that open goblet shape where you don't want anything to grow. Again, follow them down to the bottom of the branch, look for an outward facing bud that's going to grow in the right direction and snip just above that bud. Step number 4 is to get rid of some of your older branches. Remember that blackcurrants fruit best on young wood, so get rid of some of those oldest branches. Once you have an established mature bush that you're pruning every winter, you're going to be cutting off about 1/3 of those branches, 1/3 of those older branches, and letting young ones come in and take over from them, because every year your bush is going to be growing new branches for you. So you need to keep up that cycle of taking away the old ones and letting the new ones grow. You'll be able to tell which are the older ones. They're thicker, the bark is obviously more textured. If in doubt, just the thickest stems are going to be the oldest ones, so cut as many as 1/3 of those away. And finally, step 5 is to cut all of the branches down by about 1/3 in height. Now, you don't have to do this, but if you do, you'll find that you have less sappy growth at the top of the branches, and it'll concentrate more of the plant's energy on giving you delicious fruit. It also helps to keep it more compact and tidy. And those are your 5 easy steps to blackcurrant pruning. The bits of stem that you have cut off, you can actually stick them into the ground, and with any luck, some of them will root for you. These root actually quite readily. So if you're looking to increase your stock of blackcurrants, by all means, stick some of those stems into the ground. Also remember that you'll be doing this pruning in the winter just before the plant starts into its growth cycle. So it's a great opportunity to give it a dose of fertilizer as well. Something like a good sprinkling of fish blood and bone is excellent, just to give it that nutrient boost that it needs to put on that lovely growth in the spring. And then in the spring, once the soil is warmed up a bit, you can add a layer of mulch. This will help to keep the weeds down and help to keep moisture around the roots over the summer, and make sure that you have the best, most delicious, juicy harvest of blackcurrants that you can possibly have.